It's March 10th, 2022. I'm watching this. I mean, it is like, there's a reason why I've shuttered, like, my eyes and kept the television off in New York. At some point, the Americans, a culmination, I suppose, of North Central South, went with a different feast for the eyes. It's why I don't enjoy looking at any of their artistic tries at communication. It's it's just as dirty as the world that sits outside the door. Anyhow, this U.S. thing going on, they sent, like at some point, there's usually like a care package sent. Again, I don't know why Biden got stuck with being a chair to the biggest home invasion in the world. I don't know why then the poor man gets a presidency of the most highest importance in all the land, and then he gets side saddled with whatever. Like a babysitting job, but like I don't know how much time they actually have to interact, but it's it's an insult to the man. It just is. And I know that there's people that know that. I know there's people that actively push that because somewhere in their disgusting, sick agenda, they get their jollies off because they like pushing all the wrong buttons. So I'm watching as the sewage is collected in New York in this disgusting, it's not a feast. I'm not at a table with anything I would want to eat with every day, but here we are. And so they sent, yesterday I made mention of this, there's like a school that they put together, like an elementary school, little school. They put a whole bunch of different refugee situations, supposedly. I don't even buy that piece of lie. And then they said that they're putting together Be Kind packages of donations. Certain countrymen will not allow their country to receive donations from certain uncleansed whatever. So I don't understand because I can see very clearly it is going to just push all the wrong buttons, but the humans, for some reason, they have no respect at any level. They just keep pushing all the wrong buttons. Oh, God. And then there was this morning, they send the chair, or the whatever, to go meet with Poland. I'm like, and then they show the devastation of a bombed maternity ward and big shell opening craters, and I'm like, and then everybody's up in the voicing nastiness about how could this happen. Well, I don't know. You all keep getting in trouble and then pissing the wrong people off. It has power. And then all of a sudden, like, there's a, I don't know, 30-foot crater in the. It is just like watching the theater. I'm like, oh, God, now, oh my God. So I'm just documenting it. Like, it wasn't me. This is all this disgusting U.S. and American theater company that invested in something that's spreading like a disease, and it is a real problem. Because it looks like they're starting to lose control of a bunch of it. And a bunch of important pieces, might I add. This is it's not a feast. No, it's not my cup of tea.
Wow, all right, fantastic. Thank you. Of course, we'll be checking in with you plenty throughout the hour.
All right, we're going to turn now to ABC's Ike Ajachi in Washington, D.C. with our latest headlines. Good afternoon to you, Ike.
Because there is so many messengers in an area that was designed a certain way. And somewhere in the theater company, they decided to rewire it and change the entire theater cast and catalog and playbill. And it's a horror to have to witness. It's a horror to try to live even basics. I mean, it is just get up, wait to sleep, go to bed, wake up, hate every moment of it, wait for bed, go to sleep. And then at some point, the body gets distorted and disfigured. And you're like, there was no purpose for wearing a human-like or humanoid uniform. Just so Genetic Secure understands fully this level of facility and factory and theater. It's not acceptable. Not ever. It's not by the standards for which I expect.
You, Ike.
Hey, good afternoon, Amy. We're going to begin here today with the crisis overseas between Russia and Ukraine, mounting civilian casualties, and no sign of a breakthrough in the high-stakes talks that just ended in Turkey. That meeting following the Mariupol airstrike that devastated a maternity and children's hospital. Children trapped under the rubble. The city was supposed to be under ceasefire. Vice President Harris meeting with Poland's prime minister, reaffirming the
Poland is meeting. Oh God, if you knew the name that I was given to call this woman. Oh my goodness, or this whatever she is. This angers so many people. This is not on one hand it's a care package, but it's really not. It's like the Ukraine care package is like you want everybody to be kind and to be generous, but stay home. Why are you all gathering in New York to do this disgusting deed and then try to make yourselves like worthy participants for the angered elsewhere? Go to home team and figure stuff out. I don't understand why it has to like congregate inside of the New York scene. Oh, it is so frighteningly dangerous.
American commitment to NATO allies after the U.S.
And this poor gentleman, I hope he gets an exemption for having to do this, for how they've broken the world.
Rejected a plan to transfer Polish jets to Ukraine, resistance as possibly escalatory. And the White House today warning Russia could be planning to use chemical or biological weapons in the conflict. And the shocking moments here at home inside an Atlanta bank.
It's twofold. One, she's a woman, and two, she's a problem for so many powers that be, that will always be, and it's okay that they be because they're the ones that quietly enforce the genetic safety of the stupid that didn't learn right, that are in the middle of some other conflict that nobody tells them about. It is just... God forgive me for having to watch this and explain this to myself in like how do I put a Shield Maidens whatever on of like, it was a crime scene when I got there. I got footage of some of the crimes that were in progress. I don't know what to do because there's a lot of them and there's only one of me and I'm besieged at the moment.
Of America caught on camera.
Now this is interesting. My aunt, some of the others call it aunt, Judy, died. The breath taken right out of her lungs. Died in her 60s. One of those boating accidents, or relatable to. I see that they made some kind of emergency safety thing in a red box that says Judy on the side of it.
Just buying materials and supplies. It's actually the education.
And closing the black-white economic gap. Dr. Bernice King on the historic $25 million deal between black banks and Major League Soccer.
And from the cover of Bon Appetit to...
So now I'm curious. MLB, the Major League Baseball, has a lockout at the moment. So now they're going towards soccer, SOCCER. Again, these are just notations, like medical notes in the field. I have no idea what big leagues, what that actually means, and how that might put me in danger further, or it might actually help the one person who knows what I like on a bagel. For whatever reason, they might know that. And if there was two choices, they wouldn't get it wrong. And I can read your mind. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza, it's Earth, Solar System, Milky Way, Universe, Galaxy is broken, and it's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361.